First of all, thank you for coming on in, helping me out, making this video. Ruzel, thanks for putting this on and trying to look for an instructor. I'm hoping this video satisfies what y'all looking for. So my man is going down to a half guard on the sides. We're fading it up. He loves the length up top, but wants to lose some of the weight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give him a fade that follows the shape of his head, because if we take this fade up too high, then we're gonna run a risk of having a pigtail right here. And there's nothing you could do with this colic except embrace it and love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Half guard, nothing crazy, just following the shape of the head. Some people could bring the fade up to here. That'd be more of a high fade. We're eventually gonna move it up there, but I like to just let it be natural as opposed to forcing it. I like to fade to the head shape, not to a system. Fuck that system. No hard pressure, just flicking the wrist. It's easy. Since I already have my half guard and I'm done with it, and I know I'm gonna do his beard, I'm gonna go ahead and start to fade down so I don't have to pick up my clippers later on and do it again. To me, it's wasted time. What I like to do is I like to pivot on the inside of the sideburn and not rest it completely flat. If this is the side of the head, I rest it without this side doesn't touch the head, only this quarter of the clipper, because I'm trying to build the beard up as I go down, because he wants to keep it a little bit fuller in the chin. I'm gonna grab my one guard and I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. I open it up to a 1.5 because I just want to start to remove some bulk to see what's going on. All right, so I'm gonna use clipper over comb on the side to blend in the rest of it, because we could control the angle of the fade with the clipper over comb by pivoting the big part of the comb onto the flat spot of his head. I'll come here, scoop, come up, and start to take the fade out. And therefore, I don't move that weight up too high. I don't lose the shadow that I'm trying to keep in this area. So as you can see, we're just slowly working out them shadows. You can come with that scissor over comb, continue going clipper over comb. And again, we're just following the contour of his head. Sometimes just use the 2, 3 teeth. You can even count the amount of teeth that you're gonna use on the fade. Like right there, it's just 3. You see that? Like this part of my clipper isn't even touching his head. You see that? And that's why I like clipper over comb. It's important that you keep this part as the pivot on the flat spot, and you can change the angle of the dangle. I see some trouble spots like here. It's a little bit darker. Right here is his hair pattern. He has a different growth pattern right here. See, nice and full. We're gonna hit this with some scissors to soften this up. No more clippers. I could easily take around 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch off of here, and it won't be an issue because we saved it in this fade zone where this falls. It's safe. I like to teach dry haircuts because it's an advantage. It gives you an advantage. You get to see a finished product before it's even finished. I see all the trouble spots, so just slowly remove weight. And I'm taking the comb straight up to the sky. I'm not following the shape of his head because that's too rounded, all right? So I'm starting this flat spot here, and I'm going straight up like a freaking laser beam. In this corner, we like to leave a little bit of weight. We don't want to bring it up too high because then it just means a high fade. There's a little bit of weight in that corner right there. This is easily scissor over comb. You see, it pops the hair up. And what you want to do is, while you're cutting, keep the comb moving because we're directing the hair away. I like to move the client's head. It gives me a better angle. It lights it up. It makes it easier for my wrist. Look, wrist is straight, wrist is straight. I'm not like, this gives me longevity in this motherfucking business. Keep in mind that we need a little bit more weight in this area right here. Be mindful of this trouble area, but we're gonna remove some weight and a little bit of length. It's real important to be cautious of the direction that you're pulling the hair. I like to take as much hair as possible because I like the idea of the hair being free, zero tension. I recommend not taking off the same amount of length that you took off the top when it comes to the fringe. It's easier to cut more off than it is to put it back on. Have you ever had anybody put hair back on your head? Yeah, you can't do it. Zero tension, pull the hair away from the head, and then just slowly snip. See that? Same thing. Cut the bangs. Normally what I do is I stand over them like this, and I come down. See that? And I cut the bangs like that. All right, so as you can see, everything falls. I can see that I can take off just a little bit at a time, and then comb it down. Still not kicking up. So that's the benefit of doing a dry haircut. So we finished them off with the grooming tonic and the extreme hold pomade. All right guys, so here's the finished product. Nothing too crispy, half guard, kept it low, followed the shape of his head, addressed any issues that we had as far as colics, any crazy growth patterns. We just kept it sexy and clean, low, nothing crazy. This guy's a family man, a banker, all that type of shit. So he's got to take family photos, he's got to give a presentation, and we just gave him the cut to do all that.